enemies public. I am Bro.Nasir. Brothers and sisters, this is going to be a quick video. How? I have a question. How is the judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse case? How do we think it's necessary to throw out the original charge that caused people to be murdered in the hands of Kyle Rittenhouse? It's as if Judge Schroeder is acting as a defense attorney for Kyle Rittenhouse. He bullied the prosecution throughout the whole trial. He wouldn't let substantial, concrete evidence into the trial as evidence to the jury. He jumped all over the prosecution. And since when do judges behave this way when it comes to prosecuting someone who they call a criminal? And since when do judges object to evidence? Now you'll hear Judge Schroeder objecting to evidence that the prosecution is trying to present. And then the defense attorneys would bandwagon the objection. Since when do you have judges objecting to statements and evidence on behalf of the state? The judge is supposed to be the ward of the state. At least it's that way when it comes to black people. When it comes to black people, it's that's why they use the term judge and jury. Yet the judge suppressed evidence that the prosecution was trying to present to the jury. And then he dropped the charge that started all of this in the first place. Kyle Rittenhouse traveled from Illinois to Kenosha, Wisconsin. He had an AR-15 and he went out looking for trouble. He lied about being a paramedic. He lied about being a peace officer. And anyone who's coming to save lives, a gun is unnecessary to have. And he also lied about protecting property. First of all, you cannot protect property using deadly force. And he lied about protecting the property of the people at the car place anyway, because the people testified that they didn't even ask him to do it. So he lied about that also. The young thug, murderous bum, 17-year-old bum, Kyle Rittenhouse, went to Kenosha looking for trouble. He really went to kill black people, but white people got in his way. That's the problem. White people got in his way, but he went to kill black people. After the curfew, he didn't go home, as the prosecution pointed out. He didn't go home. He went back out, continued past the police barricades in areas where the police already had closed out so people couldn't come through there. He got through there because they let him through, because white supremacists look out for each other. And he went out looking for trouble. He found trouble. And he got himself in the trouble that he's in now. And Kyle Rittenhouse belongs in prison. I don't care how young he is, those ugly faces he's making, because his eyes was dry as a desert. The dry cry does not work. We don't care how you shiver, and your acting coach should be locked up also, because it's a crime to teach you to act and you do such a poor job. Because not one tear dropped from that young man's eyes. And when he did supposedly cry, he didn't cry out of remorse. He cried about something that he thought happened to himself. He's still upset about what's happening to him after he's the one who pointed an AR-15 at people. Shot one, murdered two. And we have people actually out here saying free Kyle Rittenhouse because he's making them think that he's a victim. The victim or victims have bullets in them. He wants to portray himself as such a smart ass, but if he was smart, he'd have kept his ass in Illinois. That would have been a smart thing. And his parent, the mother who drove him there, she should be the next one in court. And so should the person who purchased that gun for him. They should be in court also. But the mother who allowed the child to travel that far, to be somewhere where he didn't belong, and allow him to carry an AR-15. He wants to be famous. We know you now, you little bastard. We know you. We know who you are now, you little bastard. And you should do a lot of time in prison per body that you caught trying to be famous by murdering people. That's how you want to be famous. Little punks. They can't take a punch. They can't fight. So the only thing they think they can do, they could just end the life by pointing a gun at someone and pulling the trigger because they can't fight. Why would you even go to a protest? The only thing that a person who's carrying a gun, the only thing they're going to a protest for is to start trouble. Because all the black people who were in Kenosha went and did their protests and they went home. The only people that were out there after the curfew was lawless ass white people, and that's the only choice he had to shoot. Lawless ass white people. So, being that they were out there doing what they do, being agent provocateurs, they were Kyle Rittenhouse's only choice of people he can shoot. And he took that choice and he ended two lives and he more than likely maimed one. He did it without any type of remorse. No type of remorse. And he don't feel bad about it. And he wants to just do it and get away with it. And people readily think that he should get away with it. You have dumb Negroes saying that he should get away with it because he shot white people. That's stupid. Because you have to think of the overall motive. The overall motive was and is that he went there to kill black people. White people got in his way by being out there being provocateurs, probably tearing stuff up, starting fires, doing what they do to disrupt peaceful protest and make it look like we're out here doing that nonsense, but it's them out there doing that. So those white men who were murdered, I'm not going to say it was called for or they had it coming. No, it was just Kyle Rittenhouse was looking for trouble. And they were out there looking for trouble also. And they found each other. This is the Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.